Hello again, everybody. How you doing? Thank you once again for tuning into my YouTube channel. My name is Larry, and thank you so much for your willingness to spend a little bit of time with me. Today's going to be a little bit different. We're not going to do gear reviews. I'm not going to be doing any playing solos, songs, or anything like that. Today we're going to be actually talking about ergonomics for musicians and tips to help with your hands and stretching things out prior to playing and even after playing for that matter as well. But before we get into that, just a little bit of business. If you like what you hear and what you see on the channel, please like and subscribe. I do have a goal of trying to get to 350 subscribers by the end of the year. Sort of a lofty goal, but hopefully that's one that can be achieved. Now, before we get into this all, I do want to say a couple of other disclaimers. I am not a doctor. I am not a nurse practitioner. I am not a chiropractor. I am not a surgeon or anything of the sort whatsoever. So any of the tips that I give you with this, always feel free to consult your physician prior to doing things on your own. However, in my career path, I am in the field of safety. I specialize in ergonomics, so I know a few things. I've also had tons of injuries over my own lifetime, and I can always thank the people at New Jersey Spine and Wellness for the help that they've given me over the years as well. So I have some various different kinds of experience. So I wanted to kind of talk about ergonomics when playing music or playing a musical instrument. It's important to remember that the goal here with this type of thing that I'm going to go over and with safety and whatnot is really about avoiding repetitive injuries. Guitar playing is a repetitive motion, for me, what I'm doing with my right hand, chugging, strumming, what I'm doing with my left hand, with fingering and all these other things. All these are repetitive motions, and any repetitive motions has the opportunity to cause injury. And one of the reasons that injuries happen is because people aren't warmed up. People aren't doing simple, basic ergonomic stretches to get them prepared for the task that they're going to do, and they end up feeling sore or even having minor or sometimes even major sprains and strains from playing their instrument, whatever it could be anything from a guitar to a clarinet, for too long. So a way to avoid these things is basically to do some nice stretches before and after, and I wanted to go over these stretches with you. These are stretches that I do all the time. And they definitely help. It helps for beginners. It helps for advanced players. It helps for professional players as well. So without further ado, I'll get into it. After we do the stretching, I'm going to go over a couple of other little things as well. So I know there's a lot of people who do some stretching before they do play, and that's fantastic. But what I've usually seen from people is they might just kind of like, bend a hand back like that or something like that. Crack a couple of knuckles and away they go, because they're more into, and I can fully understand this, the idea of wanting to play rather than do stretching routines. But I am going to go over a stretching routine that I use. Hopefully you'll find this useful and beneficial to you. So the first stretch that I like to do, and this is pretty easy, is just take your arms, put them out like this, and then just rotate your wrists outwards. Don't do this fast. You want to do this slow. I usually like to do this for about 10 rotations out. I'm not really counting right now, more or less I'm just talking. And then I'll do this for about 10 rotations in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that's a great way just to open up your wrists. You don't need to go overboard with it, but again, it just kind of opens up your wrist. Always remember, when you are going to be playing an instrument, your hands are going to go into somewhat awkward positions for a period of time, so doing wrist rolls like that beforehand can be exceptionally beneficial. The next one that I want to show you that I always do is just a basic hand stretch back, where you can put your hand out like this, and gently, when you're doing a stretch, you don't want to stretch to the point where you're feeling pain. If you do feel pain, you want to stop immediately, but gently, just bring that wrist back. Not only does this stretch the wrist, but it stretch into your forearms as well. And playing instruments does take forearm work as well. So this type of stretch is exceptionally helpful. And of course, you want to do that with both hands as well. There you go. Just hold this back. You can do this 2 or 3 times with each hand. And again, it's a nice stretch for the hand, for the wrists, and for the forearm. You can shake that out a little bit. Now, the next one I'm going to show you is the one that I find the most beneficial, but I would also say if you're doing a series of stretches, that this should be the one that you do more toward the end of your stretching routine, because the first 2 that I showed you are more minor stretches. This one is a little bit more intense. And again, I can't say it enough, if you're feeling pain when you're doing any of these stretches, stop. That might be a problem. Consult your physician. So the next stretch that I wanted to show you is just bring your hand straight out like that. Stretch your hand down like this. Lightly push down on your hand if you need to. If not, you can just do it just like this. Now, here's the trick. This is where it really gets good. Make a fist. Now this really opens up the wrist, really opens up the forearm. Open that back up. Bend that down. Make a fist. Open it back up. One more time. Make a fist. And that really, really opens up your hands, your wrists, your forearms. And in my opinion, you're almost ready to start jamming. Now, so we worked on the wrist. We've opened up the forearms, but due to the posture of playing instruments most of the time, our shoulders take a lot of burden as well. So a simple stretch to open up your shoulders prior to playing works for after as well. In this case, I'll show this by starting with the right hand. Take your right hand, put it on your shoulder. As a friend of mine likes to say, pat yourself on the back because you're going to play and you're going to do a great job. Take the other hand, gently push into that elbow, and this will really open up the right shoulder, just like that. Bring it down, and of course, anytime you're doing stretches, you want to do both sides. Keep your body nice and even. Take the left arm, put it over your right shoulder. Take your right hand, gently push into your elbow, and this will open all aspects of your shoulder, right down into your lat muscles as well, and pretty much really get you ready for playing. And release that back, shake it out. So those are some good basic stretches for you. Some other things that I wanted to throw out there as well, for hand safety in general. I see a lot of people doing unboxing videos. We get new gear, pedals, they come in nice little boxes and things like that. Please, when you're opening up boxes, don't use kitchen knives and things like that. Don't use tools that are not really designed for the job. Use a knife that has a auto-retractable blade, such as this one. All right, as soon as my hand comes off this trigger of this knife, which is right there, it automatically retracts back. This means if I do slip or whatever, when I'm opening up a carton and I go, ow, god damn it, I cut myself, my hand's coming off that trigger because your body's going to automatically, feel that pain and your hands are just going to release. That means the blade's going to release too. That means the cut that you get on your precious hands as a musician, that cut may only be that big and not have to be that big. It could be the difference between only if this cut is really severe, it could be the difference of 1 to 2 stitches versus 5 to 6 stitches. And we do not want this in our hands. Our hands do so much for us when it comes to playing our instruments. For me as a guitar player, I'm always trying to watch out for that. So please use an auto-retractable safety knife. If you really want to go all out and do the right thing, if you're holding the knife, in this case, in my right hand. Go to Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace Hardware. I'm not promoting these places. This is where you could get this. Aside from having the auto-retractable knife, get a cut-resistant safety glove, which would be worn on the opposite hand, right? So I can't cut this hand with the knife, but the other hand becomes vulnerable. But if you wear a cut-resistant glove, that means you protect this hand if you do slip. That means you can open up your box, enjoy your new guitar and your new bass, your new whatever instrument it is, your new pedals, your new quad cortex, and not have to have stitches or cuts to show that you got this new piece of equipment too. You could keep it really simple. You can get a level 1 or level 2 cut-resistant glove for about $4 and prevent yourself from injury. Another thing for safety, or hand safety, or hand health, it sounds corny. I do this all the time. As you can see, I've used this a lot. Use hand cream, all right? There's different types. There's thousands of types out there. Especially at this type of year, you want to keep your skin and your hands soft. That actually helps with the playing. And just helps you be able to go glide up and down the strings so much better. This one, you can see I use it a lot. Got it from Trader Joe's, probably like $3 or whatever. This is another one that I have. So use hand cream, especially at this time of year where I am. It's becoming winter. Hands become chapped. If you're in, if you're do plumbing or warehouse work or electrical work or any fields like that where you're doing manual labor in the winter, hands can also crack open. So you definitely want to keep your skin moisturized so you're not destroying your hands and making your playing a very unpleasant experience. Last but not least, this is, again, corny, but I love this thing. All right, this is something my wife got me a while ago. It's by a company called Life Pro. I am not endorsing them whatsoever. However, it's Life Pro. What can I tell you? So she got this for me for my birthday a couple of years ago, and it's a hand massager. And basically, you can stick your hand in there. It's got a zillion different types of settings. And this thing really, really works to loosen up your hands. Has good reviews all over the place. I was surprised at how awesome this thing actually is. Something that I try to do at least once a week. It's really a great piece of machinery. It's not a piece of shit like a lot of things out there that are sold. This is, you know, programmable, and it's just really good. Tons of different settings to get different parts of your hands, and it's actually a really good piece of equipment. So it's something that I do recommend for your hand health and hand safety as well. It is a bit expensive. It's about $90, but I can honestly say it's well worth it. Again, I was fortunate. My wife purchased it for me as a birthday gift a couple of years ago, so I didn't pay, but she did, and it's definitely worth it, and I'm really glad that she did. All right, so those are some things and some basic stretches and some thoughts for you for hand stretching and hand safety and hand health. These things don't necessarily need to be for musicians. They can be for anybody, especially when it comes to stretching. Stretching is a key to life, and we want to be able to keep our back, our knees, our shoulders, our neck loose and stretched out, so when we're 60, 70, 80, 90, you know, we're staying in good health. So that's everything I have for today. Thank you very much. Please feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. Again, I do have a goal of trying to hit 350 subscribers by the end of the year. Lofty goal. If it happens, it happens. That'll be great. But again, I appreciate your support. And the next video coming up will be a gear review. So thank you so much. Stay well, stay safe, take care of yourself, take care of others. Stay metal. Peace to you all, and I'm out. Bye.